Hey guys, it's Becky. Today's look is inspired by Disney's original Alice in Wonderland's Cheshire Cat. If you're interested in seeing how I created this, keep watching. This look did take me a little over 6 hours, so the video is sped up quite a bit. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, first off, I recommend that you have a reference photo nearby. Pinky Nude Lip Liner, I'm going to do an extremely rough draft of where I want my cat's features to go. This is a really good choice because it's easy to erase when you make a mistake. I won't show you this entire process, but I feel like you get the point. Okay, now that I've finished my rough sketch, I'm going to go ahead and pop in these yellow cat eye contacts from Luxe Contacts. These contacts I purchased for $20. They are super duper comfortable. They're supposed to be weighted, but as you'll be able to tell later in the video, they go all over the place, so you'll just have to excuse that. Going to be working a lot with Paradise Makeup Water Activated Paints by Mayron Makeup. I'm going to go ahead and give myself some Brilliant Fuchsia Raccoon Eyes. Okay, so obviously I've used this paint palette before. It's a little bit dirty, but I'm going to pick up the gray color. I'm going to use a tapping motion to blend it in with that fuchsia color. All you need to do is get your dry paint a little bit wet, and water activated paints will reactivate as many times as you need them to. Okay, taking this purple shade in the Mayron Water Activated Paint, I should also mention that I'm not using water to activate my paints. I'm actually using the Ben Nye Liquid Set, which is a mixing medium. It acts the same as water, except it is a better binding agent and will keep your makeup on much longer than water will. I'm going to go ahead and line and fill in the top of the cat's hair, and then I'm going to blend that in with the gray. Same paint in the shade black. I'm going to go ahead, I know my finger's in the way, but I am outlining the cat's hair, ears, and filling in the negative space behind the cat's head. Taking that Brilliant Fuchsia shade, I'm going to fill in the center of the cat's ears. Also, I'm going to go ahead in with that purple and fix the cat's hair. I'm not really sure how I lost it, but no big deal. Skipping ahead, I used the worst face paint ever from Walmart because they did not have water activated paint at the shop when I went to buy my other supplies. This paint does not even have a name. It was 24 vials of paint for $13 if it tells you anything at all. I outline that in our fuchsia pink paint, and then we're going to blend that really nicely. A spoolie, or the end of a mascara wand, you're going to take black paint and small strokes to simulate fur. I'll be going back and doing this several times with different colors because I want each color to dry before moving on to the next. If you do it too many times with too many different colors while the paint's still wet, it can come out looking very muddy. Also, a good tip is to rub it on your arm first so you don't transfer too much product. Okay, so now I'm going to take the James Charles palette by Morphe, and I'm going to pick up the darkest black color called Spooky, and I'm going to underline both of my eyes, bringing it out further than my eyes go to make my eyes appear larger than they are. Then I'm going to pick up the brightest pink shade called Skip, and I'm going to bring that all the way up to my crease line. Then I'm going to take the deep dark purple color called Escape and cover my entire crease, taking it a little further to match the black. We're going to make sure and blend all of these colors out really nicely so we have no rough edges. Later, we're going to go ahead and take a brush with no product on it just to make sure that we blend it out even further. And because that dark purple shade wasn't really getting me there, I wanted to go ahead and take that spooky dark black color and put that in my crease a little bit to deepen it up. There's that blank brush I was telling you about to help blend it out really nicely. Look how beautiful it is. Now I want to go ahead and go back in with that skip pink color because I don't want to lose that. It's so beautiful. I want to make sure that shows through all of the other colors. And because I want to be a little extra and bring out the Alice through the Looking Glass cat just a little bit, I'm going to take this blue shade called Playground and put that on the inner corner of my eye. Later, we're going to use that on our chest a little bit. You'll see. Again, with that water activated paint, I'm going to give myself some bold black cartoon eyebrows. I'm really using the shape of my own eyebrows, just taking it a little further down on both sides and exaggerating it a little bit. And yes, I totally see that contact going crazy. We should make a game out of this. There was no way I was going back to the Walmart paint. I took the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil and filled in my mouth area. I thought that was pretty self-explanatory, so I went ahead and skipped that part. Outlining the mouth, we're going to go ahead and give our cat those giant teeth. So now we're going to take the water activated paint in black and outline those over exaggerated cat cheeks. I'm really happy and excited right here because this is the first time I'm actually seeing my look start to come together. It's really exciting and I'm loving it. Obviously. Using the Dark Rain eyeshadow palette by Makeup Revolution in the shade Dungeon. I love the names of this palette. I'm going to go ahead and shade the tops of our cat's teeth. It turns out that this NYX eye pencil acts more like a cream paint, which we all know cream paints need to be set. So I wish I would have set this first before trying to shade over it, but I didn't, so it's not a very smooth transition. But I'll go ahead and try and set it with the RCMA Original No Color Powder, but it didn't work out quite as well because I didn't do it first. Same Dark Rain palette by Makeup Revolution. I'm going to take the gray Dungeon color and give our ears some depth with some shading. Then I'm going to feather that out with the color Royal Blood just to try and lighten it up a little bit. We're going to go ahead and throw on some cat whiskers. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put those iconic stripes across the neck. This is a little bit of a messy process because gravity is never your friend. And whenever you're using water activated paint, you want to go ahead and get it pretty watery so you can make the one swoop across your neck. And you don't want to have to keep dipping your brush a bunch, but with that you're going to have some runs. So I want to make sure and clean that up really nicely and keep everything neat because we are almost done and we don't want to get messy now. At this point I realized I have the weirdest neck ever. And it's just not made for putting stripes across my neck because I have all of these, we're going to call them, I don't know, dips, I guess. And it is just not working out. And the lines were not looking very smooth. So it took a while and a lot of cleaning up to make them look nice. If you have a large enough brush, you should just be able to go ahead and use the width of your brush. It will help if you have a nice soft brush because then the bristles will spread out a little bit and hopefully give you those even stripes. Now my stripes are not even, but I still think they turned out okay because I was able to go in with the darker purple shade and even them out a little bit. I should say that I think it is important to go a little bit lower on your chest than you plan on the camera or anybody else seeing because you don't want to miss out on that awesome shot because your stripes just stopped out of nowhere. So go a little bit lower. Don't be afraid to get this paint on your clothes. I was wearing black clothes, but I did get paint all over them and it came out just fine. The paint will just run right off of your body whenever you step into the shower. It was actually kind of fun. I felt like I was melting and it was pretty awesome. The lower part was pretty tricky because every time I moved my arms, I would smear the paint. So of course I got the bright idea to get a hair dryer and dry my stripes as I went. And that really helped out a lot. So I would suggest you go ahead and do that from the very beginning and don't be like me and have to deal with a lot of extra touch up. And remember, go a little bit lower than you intend on anybody seeing. There's that weird neck again. Once I got to this point, I started mixing my paint a lot thicker because I didn't want to have any runs into my fuchsia color and ruining my almost done paint job. I took the black eyeshadow and shaded my shoulders from the outside in. Now I'm taking the blue eyeshadow we used on our eyes earlier called Playground, and I'm going to shade my neck and chest area from the center part out just so it doesn't look so flat and it looks a little more rounded and more interesting. Now to finish off this makeup look with the same thing that finishes every makeup look, liner and lashes. Take your black kohl pencil and line your tight line and waterline. Then I'm going to take this clay paint liner by Tarte and an angled brush, and I'm going to give myself an exaggerated cat wing. These lashes will go on the bottom lash line. It's not every day you apply lashes to your bottom lash line. I was going to go ahead and show you how to do that, but because I was so off camera, I guess that's not going to happen. I'll have to do a tutorial on that some other time. Okay guys, and this is my finished look of Disney's Alice in Wonderland's Cheshire Cat. I know this was a really long video and I really appreciate you guys hanging in there with me. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and always follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I love you guys. Thanks for watching.